Hi and welcome to Crypto Cash Army. I'm Captain Crypto. And in this video, I'm going to do a quick price analysis for Hedera HBAR. Before we go any further, I'd like to take a few seconds to say thank you to everyone that is supporting the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe and smash that like button. Again, thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the video. Hi and welcome back. It's been an interesting 24 hours. As many of you probably already know, Elon Musk crashed the crypto market with his silly tweet. And I'm not so much upset about the tweet as I am that people actually listen to this guy. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of money and whatever. But so what if Tesla doesn't accept Bitcoin? How does that affect you? How does that affect me? It doesn't. How does that, in the grand scheme of things, affect Bitcoin? It doesn't. Bitcoin was doing great before Elon Musk, and it'll do just fine after Elon Musk. But I digress. But anyway, we're here today to talk about HBAR. But before we do that, the obligatory 5-second disclaimer. And we're back. As you can see here on the 4-hour chart for HBAR, it hasn't been pretty. But HBAR is strong, and it has bounced back almost completely from where it was yesterday. It's up 12% today. Before we get into the pricing, though, let's look at the altcoin index. Let me refresh this. It's probably much lower, I would think. No, it's actually a little higher, 88. So that's interesting. The fear and greed index, though, is 31. People are scared. One guy says something, and they have every right to not take Bitcoin if they don't want to. But one guy says that one company won't accept Bitcoin, and the whole market just freezes. People just lose their minds and start selling. But you know what? HBAR has proven to be a lot stronger than I thought it was. I was fully prepared to tell you that super low volume, as you can see over here on the left, was hurting HBAR. But HBAR has had more volume in the last 4 hours than it has had in a long time, or more buying volume. Now, this is all this Bitcoin FUD from Elon Musk, most of this. But HBAR is doing fine. It is doing more than fine. We're about to make a bullish cross on our MACD. RSI is sitting pretty at 45. Still got a lot of room to grow. We look at the one-day chart. We'll see that the RSI is fast approaching oversold, meaning soon it has nowhere to go but up. The MACD on the daily is still a little weak, and we do need to be careful about our Fibonacci levels. We broke down below the 0.382 on the Fibonacci, so we will probably at some point have to come down and touch the 0.236 at 23 cents, which we've already done. Now, if HBAR can climb back up over this 0.382, then we have a chance of finally ending this consolidation, I think. And we would need to pass the 0.5 or get up to about 29 cents to confirm. But I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on here. As you can see, I've laid down an Elliott wave. This was wave 1. We had this big run up in January. We had a correction. And we had a third wave, which was actually pretty small in comparison, but it's okay. And now we're having this correction wave here, which is a correction wave, of course, is when it retraces or goes down. But I fully expect at some point that we're going to break up and go past our all-time high of 46 cents. And I do believe in the next 2 or 3 months, we can go as high as 80 cents. Is $1 possible with HBAR? Maybe. But I think we're ripe for a breakout. We've already been in this consolidation for almost 2 months. But again, the problem with HBAR, now of course today we've had a lot of good volume, but if you look here, this volume is just stagnant. And a lot of it is slight selling volume. Now the good thing about this low volume is it is protecting the price. If we had a lot higher volume and it was mostly red, of course, that would mean that a lot of people are selling. And not a lot of people are selling, but also not a lot of people are buying. Now today is the exception. Now this could be a good opportunity for HBAR to kindly bounce past the 382 again. And well, actually, I believe it is trading just above the 382 now, or it's a good chance for it to bounce up to the 0.50 and possibly break out from there. The problem with HBAR, besides the low volume, is not a lot of people are familiar with it as a blockchain. And that's because Hedera Hashgraph is not a blockchain. It's Hashgraph. Now, they're both DLT, or distributed ledger technologies, and they are similar. And in some regards, Hedera Hashgraph is far superior to blockchain. It's much faster, it's more efficient, easier to implement for large organizations. But therein also lies the problem. Hedera Hashgraph is primarily for large corporations and government organizations. Another problem is Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR, is closed source. It's not open source. So people cannot work with it to sync up or use it on DEXs. The only people that are allowed to mess with HBAR are those who are licensed to use it. And of course, that's not free. Hedera Hashgraph is always in the news. Always. They're always partnering with some new company, working with some new government agency in some country. I mean, if you look at, this is Google News. Just look at this. Some company using Hedera Hashgraph to target paper waste. Another company launching a new app on Hedera. NYDIG partners with FIS to offer Bitcoin. And then the network they're going to use is Hedera Hashgraph. Some pharmaceutical supply company using Hashgraph. The NBA, they're using Hashgraph. It's just constant. The partnerships, the new customers Hedera Hashgraph is taking on is almost unparalleled. In fact, the only project that I can think comes even close in the number of organizations and companies using their product would probably be VeChain. But as far as anyone else, I don't think it's even a question. I mean, Cardano's not there yet, of course. XRP is not there. As far as adoption and use, there are a few projects that can claim the success that Hedera Hashgraph has had. But, like I said, they're known more in corporate circles. Your everyday Joe or your retail investor doesn't really know who they are. And even though they're big with corporate entities, the banks and the ETFs, the other funds, they haven't caught on yet. But I do believe they will at some point. Now, I have noticed that the Hedera Hashgraph team has been a little more visible on YouTube and Twitter these days, and that should help, because the only thing really holding Hedera Hashgraph back is the low volume. The fundamentals are good. The technicals are pretty strong. They're due for a breakout. When it's going to happen, I can't say. I would like to think this is going to be relatively soon. And if I had to guess, I would say that within the next month or so, it should start making some significant upward progress. But again, it's just a guess. But I do believe that once it starts moving, it's going to move quite a bit. But in the short term, I suspect that it'll probably trade somewhere in the same area. Hopefully we can get up to this 0.50 level on Fibonacci, or about 29.5 cents. If we can get there, and then if we can come back down and test the 0.5 level as support, then we may have a chance to go up to our 0.618, which is the golden ratio. Now, if we can get there, things will start looking a lot more bullish. But in the meantime, HBAR is doing fine. In fact, it's doing great considering what the market went through yesterday when everything crashed 15–20% and Bitcoin fell, what, $10,000 almost? So if you consider that, HBAR is doing outstanding. Well, I think that's all I've got for now. If you found value or something informative in this video, please smash that like button and please subscribe. And please share the video with your friends. If you do, it'll help the channel immensely and I would really appreciate it. But until next time, this is Captain Crypto signing off. Please stay blessed and take care. Bye-bye.